going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Shepke, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. I've got a good one. I've actually got two. Yeah, Judge Washington's gonna be mad. Magistrate Braley did something that went against a Judge Washington court order, and I can just see it now. And oh man, I hope Magistrate Braley doesn't get in too much trouble for this. But let me know in the comments if you agree with me or not. This sounds like it's gonna. Anyways, just a little backstory. I've got the Judge Washington court order clip at the beginning. It's only about 2 minutes long. It's quick, and then we get the Magistrate Braley hearing. So before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Call the case of the state of Michigan versus Lashiqua Johnson, case number 25S00118.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Good
Matthew.
morning, Lashanique Johnson.
And Matthew Answer on behalf of Ms. Johnson, Your Honor.
Thank you. We put this back on the docket so that I would have proof of her testing by today.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Johnson, have you provided proof to Ms. Moeller with the testing that the judge was requiring?
No, I haven't provided proof to Ms. Moeller, but my probation officer does have proof, and she does have proof that I've seen her as well as tested that day.
Okay, well, I told you I wanted proof today, ma'am, and I set it over for today's date, and I was very serious about that. And if I didn't have proof, I was issuing a bench warrant, so I guess that's where we are.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't know that I was supposed to be sending them straight to the court.
You did, because I told you that, ma'am.
I thought they were supposed to be sent to my probation officer. It's not because I'm disrespecting the court. I had no idea that they were supposed to be sent to you. I literally can have them sent to you.
I'm not having this conversation with you again. I did it last week. Anything?
I did what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry that I sent them to the wrong place.
Ma'am, I'm done. Anything from you, Ms. Woods, on this?
No, Judge.
All right.
So what am I supposed to do, Your Honor?
Hold on, Ms. Johnson. Let's let the judge decide real quick.
Bench warrant, because I was very clear on what I wanted.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to play with your court. I am not a disrespectful young lady. I'm here to take responsibility for my actions and everything. I am not trying to escape anything. I didn't know that wasn't supposed to have them sent to the probation office. It was honestly an honest mistake. Okay. I am no way trying to disrespect your court. I do not operate like that in any manner or if you could please just allow me the time to get it over to you. I can get it sent to you right now.
Week. We're done. $10,000 cash or surety. We're done.
Yeah, that happened. So that happened about a week and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer. But so the bench warrant was issued. She did not turn herself in, and now she's in front of Magistrate Braley on a bench warrant arraignment. Yeah, she's supposed to be in jail today for this hearing, not wherever she's at. Let's go.
Now calling case number 25S00118. This is the state of Michigan versus Lashanique Johnson. Ms. Johnson, can you state your name for the record, please?
Lashanique Johnson.
Okay, thank you. So today is the date and time set for an arraignment. My understanding is that a bench warrant issued on June 10th, so last week, after you appeared for a pretrial and had not complied with what the judge had told you to do. So,
There was a misunderstanding. I didn't understand that I had to bring the testing to the court. I had sent them to my probation officer. That's why she had put the bench warrant on me. I understand that she felt like I was disrespecting the court in some way, but that was not my intentions at all. I'm actually a very responsible adult outside of this situation. And I was just trying to explain to her the only reason why I missed some tests as well is because I was in between jobs. I currently have full-time employment now. I'm just asking the court if there's some way that I can get the bench warrant removed so I can proceed to test and show the court in good faith that I am able and capable of testing now because I do have the financial means now. I do not drink, smoke, or anything like that. I have no issue with testing outside of the financial part, which is no longer a concern for me. I'm also in substance abuse counseling voluntarily. And I also go to therapy. And I just enrolled myself for college courses as well. I'm sorry, Judge, I cannot hear you.
Yeah, I cannot hear you either, Yana.
how about now?
Yes.
Okay. So, all I was saying, or asking, Attorney Bukovich, do you have anything that you want to say?
I mean, yeah. Yes, Your Honor, Assistant Public Defender Nick Bukovich on behalf of Ms. Johnson. I mean, just looking at the notes from my colleagues who have been working with Ms. Johnson throughout her case, she has been in regular contact with my office. I truly believe this may have been a misunderstanding, as Ms. Johnson indicates, because she has, like I said, been in contact with my colleagues regularly without any issues. And based upon her representations today of new employment, beginning school, her voluntary enrollment in a substance abuse course or substance abuse program, I believe that recalling of the bench warrant would be appropriate in resetting this for another pretrial date, just to give Ms. Johnson that time to sign the ROI and reach out to probation and take care of anything she needs to take care of before her next court date.
So, I'm looking at the testing report. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking at the testing report from, it looks like June 9th. That was received on June 10th. So you said you just started new employment?
Yes.
When?
March 19th. Oh, not March, I'm sorry, May 19th. Pardon me.
Okay. So I'm showing a number of dates where it seems that you didn't go for testing. It says no show on May 15th, May 18th, May 26th, June 1st, and June 6th.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, that's what happened. So she missed a bunch of tests, went in front of Judge Washington. Judge Washington said, gave her a week to test and get the proper paperwork to the court. And that's what the first hearing that I showed you was the week later, where she didn't have the paperwork to the court. She did give it to her probation officer. Judge Washington could have just called on probation to ask if they had the testing reports, but she didn't. Judge Washington didn't do that. She didn't really have to. Her order was give them to me, and she didn't. So that's why Judge Washington was upset. You missed a half dozen tests, and then you don't do what I tell you, bench warrant. So that's where we're at.
Didn't have the funds. I'm actually going through a eviction process, and I had bills that I had to catch up on. So I didn't want to get put out of my housing and everything. There was a lot of bills that I just had to catch up on. And then my first check was only for a week worth of work because I had started in the middle of payroll. And I had borrowed money from a lot of people to do the few tests that I was able to pay for. And it's hard for a lot of people, and I had to give those people back their money.
Okay. And I mean, this was just as recently as what, last week, couple weeks? Yeah. So but you're saying that now your circumstances have changed as far as your ability to pay for these tests.
Yes, my ability to pay for a test is 100%. I can pay for every test. I have no issue. I even tested yesterday on my own continence. I was not supposed to test, but I also tested yesterday. So I paid back money for everybody that I owe from borrowing money. And I caught up on my bills, so I no longer owe anybody anything. So I'm now in a financial place to be able to test.
Felony offense. So the allegations are usually this is assaulting, battery, wounding, resisting, obstructing, opposing, or endangering a police officer performing your duty. So Mr. Smith, like I already indicated, you don't get that at this point. You don't get any of that information until you're arraigned. So we'll be appointing the case, open the file, and we'll get all that.
Do you have the ability to get to community corrections either today or tomorrow?
I don't have transportation, but I have been to community corrections before. If there's any way, because I've already connected to my probation officer, I already tested there. If there's any way, maybe I can get a couple days to kind of like figure out transportation. Because the last time I went to community corrections, I had to catch the bus. I had to get on a charter bus as well. I caught 3 buses, got on a charter bus, and I also had to catch a lift because community corrections is really far from where the charter bus drops you off. Literally, it's in the school district, I guess, right there where Michigan State University, or not Michigan State, or Michigan University is. So it's quite a ways from there.
Ms. Johnson, would you believe you'd possibly be able to figure out transportation by this Friday?
Yes.
Then, Liana, can I especially request we get this Friday, considering that the 19th is a holiday and community corrections may be closed?
What's a good phone number? So the goal is to get you out of custody, right? So if you get out of custody today, our office is going to go and contact you to talk to you about your case and about your court date. So do you have a phone number? Do you have an email address as a backup for contact?
You said you just tested yesterday?
Yes, my probation officer let me know that that she said she will accept the testing from TAP because I'm already on probation and I'm testing from them as well. So I've already signed the release of information. So those tests go straight to her already.
Okay, so how many tests have you taken between June 6th and today?
Off the top of my head, Judge, I really don't know. I can say I've taken a list. You said June 6th? I think
Yes.
2. I believe 2 so far. So I took one yesterday and then there was one in between then. I think it was 2.
Okay, also just the magistrate, but thank you.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, it happens all the time. So, okay. And what I am going to do
Today, you'll get a report.
is this.
And at that time, the court typically mails you a notice. So they usually like to have this on file so they can send you that information. So there's multiple ways that you can be reminded of court. By getting mail, and then by talking to your attorney, and by having your attorney reach out and remind you of court. Obviously, the magistrate still don't let you know today when your next court date is, but these are just backup ways to make sure that you're going to keep appearing at your next court date. So there's an address that I can put down.
Today's the 17th, right?
for- for- So,
I'm sure you guys picked up on this, but that background
No,
noise
no worries,
is
that's
coming
okay.
from the public defender.
Mrs. Smith,
I'm guessing
are
there's
you born in the United
another.
States?
That almost sounds like Miss Mueller sitting next to him.
Are you a U.S. citizen? Mrs. Smith, these are important questions because if you were not a U.S. citizen, there could be other potential consequences.
Nope, that's not Miss
So
Mueller.
I just need to make
Who
sure
is
that you
that?
are a U.S. citizen.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm just trying to talk because I forgot to cut out this dead air right here.
What's your highest level of education?
I have a bachelor's degree. Thanks for asking, public defender.
Okay.
Oh, here we
So what I am going to do is this. I'm adjourning this arraignment to next week. So June 25th, 1:30 in the afternoon. That will be over Zoom in front of me. Okay. I am going to recall the bench warrant. I am going to grant a personal recognizance bond. It's going to be a $15,000 personal recognizance bond. So if we reissue a bench warrant, your bond will start at $15,000. All right. Between now and next week, I want an updated report from Community Corrections, have them communicate with the site that you're testing at. Okay, so that we can have an updated report from them showing your test results from your last set of test results, which was June 6th through, we'll say, the end of the week. Okay. So do you have any questions or do you need clarification? Okay.
I do have questions. Should I still try to make my way physically to community corrections, or is it okay because my testing is by my house and because I don't have to, so still make it to community corrections?
No. So at this point, I'm not going to have you go to community corrections, but you need to test however you've been testing. And you should communicate with community corrections or have your public defender communicate with community corrections so that 14B gets the report.
Understood.
Okay. So, and there's Attorney Bukovich, I would suggest there's both the 14B probation email address. There's also the 14B traffic criminal email address, and I might suggest having the report go to both of those so that it makes it to the file before the next arraignment date. Okay, so I'm going to see you back next week, June 25th at 1:30. We'll finish the arraignment at that point. Okay, hopefully I have everything that I need, and I'll set you for another pretrial date in front of Judge Washington. If I don't get what I need or you don't show up, then a bench warrant will issue once again.
Understood.
Okay.
Also, Ms. Johnson, just so you know, I've also been in contact with the public defender 14B just so she knows what's going on as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay.
No problem, Ms. Johnson.
Okay, thank you then. Any other questions?
No, thank you so much, Magistrate. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And I will see you next week.
See you next week. I'll be on time with bells on.
Okay.
Okay, have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. There we have it. Magistrate Braley took back the bench warrant that Judge Washington issued. That's why I said she's going to be upset. Oh, I'm not saying it's the wrong choice. It sounds like this defendant has done everything she was supposed to, except for send her documents to the right place. I'm not saying it's the wrong choice, the wrong decision that Magistrate Braley did. However, changing the order from the judge might not go over well for her. Let me know what you think. Maybe this was, Judge Washington already knew this was going to happen and said it was okay. I don't know. But magistrates don't generally change the orders of judges. So, yeah, again, let me know what you think in the comments. I could be wrong, but I think Judge Washington is going to be pretty upset about this. Anyways, that's all I got. Hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Until next time, bye.
You too.
Bye-bye.